Are you planning to migrate in 2025? Think again. These 10 countries are making immigration nearly impossible with stricter border controls, lower visa approvals, and stricter policies. Getting a visa is harder than ever.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came.
Don't worry, I will show you which countries are affected, why they are closing your borders, and what you can do to increase your chances. So let's get right into it. So, many people dream of relocating abroad for a better life, but things are changing fast. Governments worldwide are tightening their immigration goals due to economic struggles, job shortages, and security concerns. So if you are planning to apply for a visa in 2025, you need to know which countries are shutting down their doors and what chances are still available. So let's count down the top 10 countries shutting down their doors to immigrants in 2025 and why they are doing it. Number 10 on this list is Costa Rica. Costa Rica experienced an immigration surge of over 529,000 immigrants in 2023 compared to 2022, which is about 130% increase. And this led to overcrowding, pressure on services, and illegal immigration concerns. And because of this, going forward in 2025, a lower visa approval rate is expected by Costa Rica. This being said, who can still get into Costa Rica? There are 3 sets of people that can still get their visa approved by Costa Rica. They are skilled workers in tech, in tourism, and sustainability. I'll leave the link to read further in the description box. The next country on my list is El Salvador. El Salvador has a net immigration of minus 7.7 out of 1,000 people, meaning that more people are leaving than entering. And the reason for immigration restrictions in El Salvador is because of the economic instability and population control policies, which is why going forward in 2025, visa approval to El Salvador will be more difficult, except you are highly skilled. That being said, who are the people that can still get into El Salvador? At the moment, there are 5,000 visas available to highly skilled workers in El Salvador. I will leave the link for further information in the description box so you can know if the skill you have is needed in El Salvador. Okay, the number 8 on my list is Panama. Panama at the moment is experiencing an immigration decline. Immigration has dropped from 25,000 in 2022 to 15,000 in 2023. And because of this, the Panama government has implemented stricter immigration policies due to the overloaded system and economic adjustments. And this means that in 2025, visa approvals in Panama is limited and only for people who are financially stable. This being said, who can still get into Panama in 2025? The first category of people is if you're an investor, then you can have your visa approved to Panama. If you're a skilled worker, you can have your visa approved in Panama. And if you're a retiree, then you have a chance with Panama. So I will leave the link to read further on this in the description box. The 7th country on my list is Colombia. Colombia experienced a high Venezuelan immigration of 2.81 million people between the year 2022 and 2024, which caused a major strain on the economy of Colombia and low business confidence. And because of this, the government of Colombia has implemented a no visa approval going forward in 2025 due to the economic decline of Colombia. So, if you are an entrepreneur, you can get your visa approved to Colombia in 2025. If you're an investor, you have a likelihood of getting your visa approved in Colombia. And the last set of people are skilled professionals. So if you're a skilled professional, there's every probability that Colombia would approve your visa. Okay, this is getting more interesting as we progress. Let's see what the next country is on this list. So the next country on this list is UK. In 2024, UK had a net immigration decline of 728,000 compared to 782,000 in 2023. And the reason for the restriction in UK is border security, economic stability, and a new ETA system. So, in 2025, in the UK, visa approval will undergo stricter measures and lower approval rates. That being said, who can still get their visa approved by the UK government in 2025? These people are the skilled workers who are skilled in 3 different sectors. If you're a skilled worker in tech, in healthcare, and in engineering, there is a high probability that your visa will be approved by the UK government. I will leave the link to read further on this information in the description box. So the next country on my list is Sweden. Sweden had an immigration drop of 94,000 in 2023 compared to 104,000 in 2022. So the reason for the restriction in Sweden is for new asylum laws and economic slowdown. So moving on in 2025, visa approvals will be stricter, and in fact there will be few approvals. So this being said, who are still the people that can still get their visa approved by the Sweden government? They are highly skilled professionals. So the next country on my list is Italy. So in 2023, Italy received an arrival of over 127,000 immigrants, which is a 2x size compared to the previous year. And because of that, there was a strain on the resource of Italy. And so the reason for restriction by the Italian government is because of the resource strain and also because of political response to migration. So in 2025, visa approval to Italy is expected to be stricter documentation, stricter measures, and also low approval rates. This being said again, who are the people that can still get their visas approved by the Italian government? They are the skilled workers, highly skilled workers, and business investors. So these 2 categories of people have high chances of getting their visas approved by the Italian government. Alright, so the next country on my list is Germany. Yes, which is where I am currently. So Germany at the moment has a decline in labor immigration of over 72,000, which is 0.9% decline compared to 2022. What it means by labor shortage is that there are more people not working than people working, and this is causing an economic uncertainty for the German government. So in 2025, visa applications to Germany would require further or stricter measures. So this being said, who are the people that can still come into Germany? As I said, Germany is looking for people who can work. They are looking for certain skills in the country. And so the people who can still get their visa approved by the German government are the IT professionals, healthcare professionals, and engineers. If you follow me on this page, you would have heard me talk about the opportunity card visa. It's a kind of visa where you can relocate to Germany in search for jobs. So if you have any of these skills needed in Germany, you can apply for a visa and you'll be granted a 1-year visa to come into Germany to search for a job in line with your skill. You do not have to learn the language to apply for this visa. It is a point-based system. However, you're coming to a country whose primary language is German, so you will need to still learn the German language for you to be able to survive in this country. All right, moving on, the next country on my list is France. In 2024, the net immigration rate in France was 152,000, which led to a recent economic struggle. And so the France government implemented stricter immigration measures, meaning that if you want to apply for a visa in France, there is high probability that it would not be considered. So there are 3 categories of people that can get their visas approved by France in 2025. The first category are skilled workers. If you're a skilled worker, your visa can get approved by France. Another category are students. If you're a student, you have a high probability of your visa being approved. And the third category are researchers. If you're a researcher, then you can apply for a visa to France. So I will leave a link to read further on this in the description box. Moving on to my number 1 point. I know you're eager to hear this. Let's get there. Okay, so the very first country on this list is the United States. The foreign-born population in the United States rose to 47.8 million in 2022 compared to 1.6 million in 2021. And this has caused a major resource strain in the US. And not just that, illegal immigration into the US is also a paramount issue. And so the new government in the US has implemented new policies to cut down on this high number of immigrants in the country. And also right now in the US, there is increased deportation, especially for illegal immigrations. So in 2025, there's going to be a significant decline in visa approval. That means that right now is not a good time to apply for a visa to the US. But this being said, who are those that can still get their visa approved by the US government? There are several categories. Now, the first category is the STEM workers. STEM worker meaning that you can get a job as an IT professional, as an engineer, as a health professional, or a mathematician. And also, the people that can also get their visa approved by the US government are investors. If you're an investor, there's every likelihood that your visa will be approved by the US government. Another category are the high-skilled professionals. That is, you are highly skilled, you are the top of your profession. You can get your visa approved by the US government. That being said, I will leave the link to get further information in the description box so that you can know if you have the skill and other things that might be required of you by the US government. So all this being said, are you noticing what I have noticed? It is obvious that the common denominator from all these countries is they're looking for skilled workers in the IT, healthcare, and engineering sector. There are other sectors, there are other things they're looking out for, investments, entrepreneurs, but those are the major key factors. And if you ask me, I would say there is a demand, then you make yourself available to meet the demand. You want to migrate to another country, you want to migrate to these countries for a better life, and they are in need of certain skills. And so for you to be able to make yourself qualified to get into such countries, it just makes sense to be the skill they are looking for. The next advice is that you have sufficient funding. No country wants liability. They need to know that you're coming to their country and you can take care of yourself. I would advise if you want to apply for a visa in 2025 that you have sufficient savings, sufficient funds, begin to gather the money together that you are going to use to prove that you're able to take care of yourself. My third advice is stay updated. Things are constantly changing. Immigration laws are constantly changing. So you can't tell. An opportunity might open up for you. So keep checking. Like you're watching this video, like I've left the link in the description box. Check all those links and see what chances you have. But please stay updated so that you can know what visa opportunities are open to you. I hope you've enjoyed this video thus far. Please make sure to like this video and share with friends and family who might need all this information. Thanks for watching, and watch out for my next video where I'll be telling you the top 10 countries you should apply to right now in 2025 for a visa. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video. Bye.